What's up, YouTube? This is True Raw for Sports. So, the fallout from The Last Dance, the ESPN documentary from 2020, and Scottie Pippen's follow up book, Unguarded, continues. All right. So, Bill Wennington, all right, gave his take on the whole situation with Scottie Pippen and Michael Jordan. Now, if you don't remember, Bill Wennington was the backup center for the Chicago Bulls during the second three-peat. I believe he played there from, I want to say either 93 or 94 to 98. I believe it was during that time. I want to say 93 to 98. Definitely 94 to 98. But anyway, Bill Wennington, who was featured in The Last Dance, he said that he was rather shocked. He was shocked that Scottie Pippen had such hostility toward Michael Jordan, such a resentment toward Michael Jordan, because he said, in all the time that he observed them, interacting with each other, uh, practices, um, you know, like I said, interacting with each other within the team, the team, as far as them being together, conversations, uh, when they're traveling. He said he never picked up on any hostility or resentments that Scottie Pippen had toward Michael Jordan. And that he said that they all seem to get along with each other. So you could either take a couple of things from that. Either Scottie Pippen, no matter how you feel about him, you either have to commend him for his professionalism. You know what I'm saying? You have to commend him on that. And or Scottie's just trying to sell books. Is there some resentment he has toward Jordan? I think it's there. There's always been rumors that he was jealous of Michael Jordan. I think this is my own personal opinion. Okay, but just from observing the Bulls, reading about the Bulls, this is my personal opinion. I believe that this has been festering in Pippen after his playing days. I think him and Mike were on like I think they were on a decent uh, relationship type level, even though they weren't like intimately involved. When I say intimate, I mean as friends. I think it got worse as the years went on and the Jordan aura grew to this, almost mythical type proportions. And then Pippen's name became synonymous with sidekick. If you were a Scottie Pippen, you were just a sidekick. You weren't really a star player. And I think that grades on Scottie Pippen. And I think that's what has happened over the years. I think it's deteriorated. And the last dance was the last straw. And Scottie kind of, you know, unleashed with this book. Now, I will say this about Scottie Pippen. What he said about not getting really giving condolences to Mike's father, to Mike when his father died, that pissed me off on a personal level. Um, Michael Jordan perfect? No. Are there things that we aren't privy to that Scottie is privy to? Absolutely. Um, However, you know, it's like this. I think Scottie is out of line with some of the shit that he's saying because a lot of it's his fault. With him being underpaid, that was his fault all the way. You signed a bad contract. Nobody put a gun to your head and made you sign that fucking contract. Now I do remember this though. There are a lot of people on social media saying that Scottie Pippen is truly overrated. He's not top 50. I'll say this though. I do recall actual NBA players, okay? And I mean real NBA players, not Tom Tolbert, not fucking, uh, you know, Ryan Hollins. I mean like Dr. J, I remember, actual former NBA players and, basketball heads that you could respect, like Hubie Brown, saying Scottie Pippen was a top 5 player in the league. At one point in time, they were called the two best players in basketball. If you go back to 1995, 96, they were called the two best players in basketball by a lot of people. So Scottie has a legitimate gripe in some ways. Was Scottie Pippen as good as Michael Jordan? No. But, a lot of people make it seem like Scottie Pippen was not that much better than Stacey Augmon, or, you know, uh, he's a overglorified, you know, role player or something. I don't I don't know about that, man. I watched the Chicago Bulls, and yeah, Michael Jordan was their best player, but Scottie Pippen was critical. Okay, one of the least talked about great defensive plays was in Game 6 of 1997 NBA Finals when Scottie Pippen got that deflection off that inbounds, tipped it to Tony Kukoc, which was the series and championship winning shot. Because had Utah scored, because it was 88-86, they would have tied the game. They hit a three, they would have won. They would have forced a Game 7. Who knows what could happen in Game 7? So at the end of the day, I've seen Scottie Pippen come up big. I've seen Scottie Pippen come up big in the 1993 uh, series against New York when Jordan went 3 for 18. I've seen Scottie Pippen come up big in Game 5 of the 1991 Finals when he led all scorers 32 points. Yes, a lot of times Scottie Pippen did not come up big offensively, especially in the second three-peat. But to make it seem like Scottie Pippen is this bum, that's bullshit, man. But at the same time, let's not be historians, and make it seem like Scottie was on the same level as Michael Jordan. That's absolute garbage. So, yeah, man, I think Bill Winnington's on the mark, man. I think a lot of it is Scottie's trying to sell books. You know what I'm saying? And you have to do what you got to do, man. You got to uh, pique the public's interest in your book, and you're not going to get people to buy it if you're talking about, you know, how glad you were to play as a Bull, and Michael Jordan was just peachy keen. People like, honestly, people like negativity and gossip and intrigue and shit like that, man. So it is what it is. But tell me what you guys think.